Good evening and welcome to Tourism Watch. I'm Naziha, your anchor for today. So here we are together with our guests, Miss Aini, Miss Arni and Miss Alia. So tonight we will focus on an issue that has become increasingly common in Malaysia's tourism industry, so which is unlicensed tour operators. These individuals often approach tourists with cheap deals, but behind those offer lies serious legal, safety and ethical problems. So unlicensed tour services have led to cases like fraud, unsafe tour activities and tourists being abandoned midway through their trip. To begin our report, we go live to our field reporter at the KLCC Esplanade. Kira, what's happening over there?
Okay, thank you, studio. I'm here at the tourism spot. Every day, hundreds of visitors come here for the beautiful fountain, the iconic towers, and the surrounding attractions. This is also a hotspot where unlicensed tour operators often approach tourists. Earlier today, several tourists told us that had been offered last minute a special package by claiming to be tour guides. However, many of these individuals have no official license issued under the Tourism Industry Act 90 and 92. This means there are no safety guarantees, no insurance coverage, and no accountability if something goes back to this.
Thank you, Akira, for your on-site analysis. Now, to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the legal implications, let's turn to our legal analyst in the studio, Miss Arni.
Thank you, Ekta. So, legally, the situation is quite straightforward. The Tourism Industry Act 1992 states that no one is allowed to operate a tour service without a license from Commissioner of Tourism. Operating without a license is a criminal offence. So, the Act requires licensed operators to meet safety standards, use qualified personnel, and maintain proper insurance. So, when someone runs a tour business without meeting this requirement, they not only violate the law but also endanger tourists. In the case of PPB Rashid Travel Agency, the court dealt with an operator who collected money from tourists without a valid license and later failed to carry out the tour. And the court also emphasized that licensing is essential to protect the public and maintain the credibility of the tourism sector.
Thank you, Ms. Arni, for your insight. Indeed, the law is in place, but the fact that unlicensed operators continue to drive is alarming. So this will raise critical policy questions, which Ms. Aini, as our tourism policy specialist, will address.
Thank you, Enter. From a policy perspective, unlicensed tour operators bring several problems to Malaysia tourism ecosystem. When tourists join unregulated tours, there is no oversight to ensure their safety. This is especially worrying for activity involving transportation, outdoor adventures, or unfamiliar locations. Cases involving unlicensed operators often spread online and damage Malaysia's reputation as a safe and reliable destination. This affects our competitiveness, especially when tourists compare us to the other countries with stricter enforcement. We also need to consider licensed operators who follow the rules and pay their fees. They face unfair competition when illegal operators offer cheap prices as they avoid costs, insurance and staff training. This policy issue shows that Malaysia must strengthen both enforcement and public awareness.
Ms. Annie, here we can see that the policy challenges are very clear. So to explore potential solutions and improvements, we can now turn to Ms. Norina, who will be joining us virtually. Please welcome.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'm glad to still contribute even though I'm joining remotely. Unlicensed tour operators often use social media and online platforms to advertise their services. So traditional enforcement alone is no longer enough. Malaysia could introduce a digital license verification system where tourists can easily check whether an operator is registered or not. A simple QR code or official website will prevent many people from accidentally choosing illegal service. There should also be stronger penalties for repeat offenders. Some unlicensed operators
continue working even after being warned. So, stricter punishment would help reduce this problem. Okay. Online platforms also need to take responsibility. Before allowing someone to promote a tour, they should require proof of licensing. This small step could remove many illegal operators from the market. Better education for tourists and local community will also reduce the demand for unlicensed services.
Thank you, Ms. Marina, for those valuable insights on leveraging technology and education to combat this issue. So now let's consider the ethical aspects of this issue with Ms. Alia, our ethics and industry advisor.
Thank you, Ms. Naziha. So beyond laws and policies, this issue is also an ethical one. Tourism should be built on safety, honesty, and professionalism. So unlicensed operators ignore these responsibilities. They may not follow safety guidelines, they may mislead customers, and they often prioritize profit over the well-being of the people they serve. A responsible tourism industry requires both strong enforcement and ethical practice. So authorities can continue conducting checks at tourism hotspots like Galaxy, Batu Cave, and popular islands. So licensed operators should display their license number clearly so tourists can identify legitimate businesses. From an ethical standpoint, operators should treat tourists with integrity and ensure that activities are safe and well-managed. Tourists should also be encouraged to choose licensed operators and report suspicious services. When legal compliance and ethical behavior come together, Malaysia can uphold its reputation as a safe and trusted tourism destination.
Thank you, Ms. Adia, for highlighting the critical importance of ethical conduct in the tourism industry. And thank you all for our speakers tonight. Our report has shown that unlicensed tour operators pose legal, ethical, and policy challenges that must be taken seriously. The Tourism Industry Act provides a strong foundation, but improved enforcement, smarter policies, and responsible industry practices are all necessary to keep tourists safe and protect Malaysia's tourism image. So this has been Tourism Watch. I am Naziha. Thank you for joining us, and we wish you a very good night.